You downloaded Tinder 11 months ago. You have swiped on thousands of profiles since then. You have been on maybe 4 actual dates. None of them went anywhere. One of them ghosted after 2 good conversations. One of them turned out to already be seeing someone else. One of them, you never even figured out why it fizzled. You just know the messages got shorter, then stopped. You are still swiping tonight. You have redownloaded it twice after deleting it in frustration. Both times within a week. Half the time you open it, you are not even looking for anyone. You are just bored, and the icon is right there on the screen. That is not an accident either. The icon was placed there, tested there, kept there for exactly that reason. That is not bad luck. That is the business model working exactly as designed. By the end of this video, you will never open a dating app the same way again. Let's start with the swipe itself, because the manipulation begins there. Every swipe is a tiny gamble. Will it be a match or nothing? You do not know until the card moves. This is called a variable reward, the same mechanism that runs a casino floor. Unpredictable outcomes release more dopamine than predictable ones. A guaranteed match would feel like nothing. A maybe is what keeps your thumb moving. This company even published research on it. A 2016 study on the swipe gesture itself. It found the gesture increased feelings of control and enjoyment. That study was not independent. It was commissioned by the company whose product it was testing. The company measuring the mechanic and the company profiting from it were the same company. That is not proof the swipe is manipulative, but it is not exactly a neutral opinion either. Look at that from inside the machine for a second. A company studied exactly which motion keeps a thumb moving, then built the entire app around that one motion. You feel like you are choosing. From inside the machine, you are a repeat motion being measured. For years, this app secretly scored every user. An internal desirability ranking, nicknamed after a chess rating system. If someone highly ranked swiped right on you, your own score went up. High-ranked users were mostly shown to other high-ranked users. Everyone else circulated in a much smaller pool. Attractive people saw other attractive people, endlessly. Everyone else saw each other, endlessly. 2 separate apps, technically running on the same app. Nobody was told which pool they were swimming in. There is another layer underneath all of this. The algorithm also learns from your own swiping pattern. It notices who you linger on, who you skip instantly. Then it shows you more of exactly that, which sounds helpful until you notice what it actually does. It narrows the pool it shows you, not the pool that exists. You start seeing a smaller and smaller slice of a much bigger app. Convinced that slice is simply what is out there. The company eventually retired that exact system. What replaced it is, by their own description, strikingly similar. The single biggest factor now is simpler. How much you use the app. Not how many good matches you get. How much you use the app. Read that again. The algorithm's top priority is not your outcome. It is your engagement. There is also a penalty built into the swipe itself. Swipe right on almost everyone, and your visibility quietly drops. The app calls this rewarding selectivity. What it actually rewards is hesitation. More time spent deciding on each profile. More time inside the app. Industry estimates put average dating app sessions at several minutes at a time. Opened many times throughout a single day. Not one long session. Dozens of short returns. That pattern has a name in behavioral design circles. A habit loop. Cue, action, reward, repeat, until it runs on its own. You know that feeling of scrolling one more profile before bed? Telling yourself, this is the last one. 40 minutes later, you are still telling yourself that. That is not a lack of willpower. That is a swipe ratio penalty doing its job. There is also the notification itself. Someone likes you. Nothing else. Not who. Not why. Just the fact of it. That single sentence is engineered to be unbearable to ignore. A generic notification. Nobody's name attached to it. Curiosity does the rest of the work for free. You open the app just to make the feeling stop. The feeling does not stop. It resets. There is no penalty on this app for simply vanishing. No read receipts by default. No accountability built in. Conversations just stop, and nothing in the design asks why. That absence is also a design choice. Friction there would slow down how fast people move to the next match. So there is no friction there. There is a paid tier that shows you who already liked you. For a monthly fee, the blur disappears. Think about that for a second. The information already exists. Someone already said yes to you. You are simply not allowed to see it for free. There is a whole ladder above that. A mid-tier, a top tier, priority placement, extra visibility, a curated daily selection. That daily selection resets every day at midnight. Whatever you did not act on disappears. A ticking clock on people you have not even properly seen yet. Urgency invented from nothing, because nothing here was actually running out, except your attention, which was the entire point. None of these tiers promise you a relationship. They promise you a better position in the deck, a better position in an ongoing game. There is also a one-time purchase called a boost, 30 minutes at the very top of the deck, priced like a single impulse buy, not a subscription. Cheap enough to not think about it twice. Small enough that you might buy it again next week, and the week after that. A subscription asks for a decision once a month. An impulse purchase asks for a decision every single time you feel discouraged. Discouragement, on this app, is a recurring and reliable event. There is a reason quitting feels harder than it should. 11 months of swiping, money spent on boosts and gold, profiles rewritten, photos chosen and rechosen. Economists have a name for that feeling. Sunk cost. The instinct to keep going simply because you have already put so much in. None of that time or money will come back if you stay, but it feels like leaving would waste it even more. That feeling is not a flaw in your thinking. It is an extremely well-documented one, and this app benefits from it every single day, not an exit from the game. This company owns more than one dating app. A well-known one for casual matching. A well-known one built around compatibility questions. A well-known one that has existed since before smartphones. Over 40 different apps, by some counts. All under one parent company. You know that feeling of deleting one app in frustration and downloading a different one a week later, convinced this one will be different. From inside the machine, that is not even a lost customer. That is the exact same company, collecting your data under a new name. Here is the reversal, and I want you to sit with it. The single worst outcome for this business is not that you never find anyone. It is that you do. A successful long-term match means one thing, from inside the machine. A paying customer, gone. No more subscription, no more boosts, no more ad impressions. An app that works perfectly on your terms is a broken revenue model. Say that again, slowly. The single worst outcome for this business is that you do find someone. Your goal and the app's goal were never actually the same goal. Yours was a relationship. The app's was a subscription that renews every month indefinitely. Both cannot fully succeed at the same time. Industry reporting has long noted that a large share of matches never produce a single message. Two people mutually interested enough to match, and then nothing. No conversation, no follow-up. Just another match sitting in a list. The app still counts that as a success in its own metrics. A match happened. The box got checked. Whether anything real came of it was never actually being measured. Then there is the sheer number of profiles itself. Endless options sound like more freedom. A researcher named Barry Schwartz studied what endless choice actually does. He called it the paradox of choice. Past a certain point, more options make people less satisfied. Not more, less. With an endless deck of strangers to compare against, your brain stops asking if someone is a good match. It starts looking for a reason to reject them instead. A reason is always somewhere in a photo. There is always another card right behind this one. So rejecting costs you nothing. Or at least it feels like it costs you nothing. Let's put the pieces next to each other for a second. A swipe built on the same mechanism as a slot machine. A scoring system that split users into visibility tiers. A new algorithm that rewards raw usage above outcomes. A penalty that punishes fast decisions and rewards hesitation. A paywall on information you already earned for free. A subscription ladder that upgrades your position, never your outcome. A parent company that owns you again under a different name. And an endless deck engineered to make you choosier, not happier. None of these are separate accidents. They are one machine, and every part of it points the same direction, toward you swiping and not finding anyone. A notification engineered to be unbearable to ignore. A cheap impulse purchase for the exact moment you feel discouraged. An artificial deadline on people you barely got to see. A vanishing act with zero friction built into the design. An algorithm that narrows your world while feeling like it is expanding it. Sunk cost holding you in long after curiosity should have run out. This exact blueprint is not unique to dating apps. A streaming service that autoplays the next episode before you can leave. A gym that profits most from the membership you never use. A slot machine that pays out just often enough to keep a hand moving. Every one of these is betting on the same thing. Not that you will get what you came for, that you probably will not, and will keep paying anyway. The casino invented the pull that keeps you one spin from a win. This company put that exact pull inside a thumb swipe. The package changes. The mechanism does not. Here is the part worth sitting with. None of this is illegal. None of it is even hidden, technically. It is printed in the terms you scrolled past in 10 seconds. It is just never named out loud. Because the entire system works better when you experience it as romance instead of design. You are not careless for missing it. The people who built this were not trying to hurt you. They were trying to build something you could not stop using. Those turned out to be the same thing. Good enough that knowing all of this will not fully break the spell. You will probably open the app again tonight anyway. That is fine. Just open it a little differently now. The app was built by people who study exactly how humans chase uncertain rewards. And they built it well. So the next time that little card animation spins toward a match, and your stomach does that small, hopeful drop, some clear part of your brain is going to whisper, I see what you're doing. We take them apart one by one. So if you'd rather see the system than be moved by it, you already know what to do.